Hey, what's up, YouTube? Okay, this is gonna be a vlog about basically covering what I was trying to convey through the previous two videos, the basis of religion part 1 and 2. All right. Okay, in this video, it will also explain what I felt I maybe didn't go over clearly enough, or parts of the videos where I was probably unclear, or I feel that I was unclear, and it will explain those things. All right, so to start off with, what I was trying to convey through the videos was that religion is structured of more than, what I was saying. All right, that's just the beginning steps, and I wanted people to know that uh everything has a common starting point, right? Even religion. And so I wanted people to see that there is a basis where everything shares the same beginnings in religion. All right. And what I was trying to show was that observations of our reality that are true to everyone is what these principles and beliefs are based off of. So I wanted to show that through the video. Basically, to structure oneself is what religion's purpose is. Okay, and you need to structure yourself so that you won't infringe on another person and cause conflict. And the only way to do this is to be aware of the self. You see what I'm saying? Now, when I say be aware of the self, I mean know what your flaws are and what your pluses are and where those things come from. And you know those things by paying attention to the things you do or have done. All right? That's how you come to know those things. Now, religion is structured so that you will reflect on the things you do or are planning to do or have done. Religion is structured for you to kind of use that to fix yourself. You see what I'm saying? It's not so much you should do this and you shouldn't do that and that's the way it is. It's for you to fix yourself. Now, why is it important for you to fix yourself? It's important for you to know yourself and fix yourself because humans are part of a collective. You see what I'm saying? All right, you can be an individual all you want, but humans are part of a collective of humans. We socialize a lot, right? Now, the reason why you should, keep your pay attention to yourself and try to fix things with yourself is because what you do, another person watches or sees that and they learn from that. Meaning one person could affect a city, and a city can affect a state, and a state could affect a country, and a country can affect the world. And yes, it does go like that in those steps, right? Whether you believe it or not, everything starts off with like one person with an idea, and that spreads. So the way you carry yourself and the things you do will in fact spread to your community and to your nation. All right. So that is the importance of what I'm trying to convey in the basis of religion and the purpose of what religion is. All right. And I wanted to also make sure that I could make religion make sense to people because some people, religion is like this thing where they're like, yeah, I don't really do it because it says that this and that, and I don't agree with that. All right. I wanted to make it more clear and more logical for those people who say that they don't partake in religion or they don't believe in a certain way. And I can kind of sympathize with that. Like, I don't believe in a certain way, but I understand the religion that I was raised off of, and I do kind of say that I follow the belief of Christianity to a certain extent. You know what I'm saying? Now, I feel that there isn't such thing as I'm more Christian than you, or you follow the Islam more closely than I do, or I'm more farther on my path than Buddhism. Like that kind of thing just doesn't make sense. All right, and in my videos I explain sort of thing doesn't make sense because it's all based off of human nature and cosmic laws and observable truths of our reality. Meaning, in no way can you be farther or better than me in any of those aspects since we all share the same basic human natures, right? That's why those things don't make sense to say that, I'm a better Christian, I'm a better this, I'm a better that. Okay, so that's the overall message that I wanted to uh that I wanted to put out there. All right. I need to go over some things that I discussed in the last video because some of it was unclear. The first is I said it's a flaw in the human nature that is resulting in conflict between people. Okay, now what I mean by a flaw in the human nature that is resulting in the conflict between those people or between people is that, okay, I need to explain human nature first. All right, human nature is something that nobody really knows where it comes from. Is nature in general, basically. Uh, some examples of human nature would be like reason, logic, empathy. These kinds of things are human natures, right? Now, the reason why I said that it's a flaw in the human nature that is resulting in conflict between people is that what you experience in reality, right? It deals with your human nature. So, let's say that I grew up in a neighborhood that's like really bad and stuff, right? So, I still have basic human nature, which is like what I explained, what I use. I'm gonna use my examples, reason and logic. Okay. So I grew up in this real bad neighborhood, and in this neighborhood, it's okay to like, rob and steal and this and that, right? Okay. So I still have the same human natures as everyone else, but I come up with the idea that it's okay to rob and steal, right? So I take that from my surroundings and that goes inside of me, and then I convert that to my own reality of why it's okay to, rob and steal using my own reason and logic. You see what I'm saying? So the neighborhood I grew up in, it was okay for robbing and stealing. So I take that in and then I use my own reason and logic, which is human nature, to understand why that's okay. And so now I meet somebody who is from a different type of, uh, neighborhood where that's not okay. You see what I'm saying? Now let's say me and this person become friends, right? It's not okay to rob and steal in their neighborhood, but where I grew up at, it's okay, and I've already come up with my own reasonings behind why that's okay to me, right? This person doesn't know that, and so we're friends now, and I take something of theirs, right? And I have my own reasoning behind why I did it, right? But to them, that was just like really wrong because where they grew up at, that wasn't what was going on, right? And so this is how, a flaw in my human nature will cause a conflict between another person and me. That's just an example of how human nature will will coincide with you know how human nature will build a person's personality or whatever. That's what I'm saying as flaws, okay? It's not like, we have some kind of like, you know, bad thing that is in all humans, but it's just misunderstandings of each other that lead to those kinds of things. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I mean when I say it's a flaw in the human nature that is causing the conflict. Now, there's another thing I want to go over, and it's where I dropped off the video at, which was talking about commandments and sins, right? Coming from human natures. You should and shouldn't do things because it trespasses on another person's human nature, which will result in a lot of things, right? That's what I said. So to understand that, or to help you understand that, I'm gonna try to explain. Um, okay, now when I said trespassing against another person's human nature, I'll use the exact same example I just used about me growing up in a neighborhood where robbing and stealing was okay, and I came up with my own reasoning of why that was okay inside of my head, and then come to accept that. And then I met someone who was from a different neighborhood where that wasn't okay, and me and that person became friends, and I steal something from that person using my own reason or whatever of why that kind of thing is okay, and it causes a conflict between me and that person, right? Okay, my reasoning, a reasoning that I had and a reasoning that they had that wasn't matching up. You see what I'm saying? And I trespassed on them, on their reasoning, doing that. So that's why I said that commandments and sins are based off of human nature, and that you can trespass on another person's human nature, which will result in a lot of things. Now, I'm going to use an example of a good way of trespassing on somebody's nature, right? Let's say I grew up in a neighborhood where helping the elderly was something that you just did, right? So I come up with my own reasoning of why I should personally help older people, right? And so let's say I'm out one day and I see an old person and they need help or something like that, and I go do it and they thank me and they're like happy that I did it, right? Okay, that's an example of how my human nature of what I have, my reasoning has contributed to someone else by trespassing on their human nature. They might or may not have wanted me to help them, but I did anyway, and it resulted in some kind of, gratitude. Okay, that's how that can be a positive thing. I wanted to thoroughly explain how, you know, how you could trespass against someone's human nature, and also how, uh, what I meant when I said that there was a flaw in the human nature. It's not like I'm saying that, people are like built wrong, and I'm not getting into creationalism or anything like that. I'm just using that as a metaphor. Okay. But, when I say there's a flaw in the human nature, I'm not saying people are like built wrong and like, we're badly manufactured with some kind of defect. No, I'm saying that depending on where you grow up and what you internalize and what you come up with, this will result in how you interact with other people, and what you have come to accept as truth based off of your own experiences. You can infringe on someone else using that without knowing. So the purpose of those videos, I just basically explained why I made them, and that's what this vlog is about. And as I go over what I think structures religion or whatever, I'll make these vlogs just in case, I feel like I missed something or I didn't properly explain something. And it would be a great help, if you guys ask questions about what I'm saying, or, leave comments about what I'm saying. And I'll probably in the next vlog go over those questions or comments. More than likely, I'll post this to my Facebook too. So you can message me on the Facebook and ask me any kind of question that you want. And next vlog, I'll probably talk about that. So that does it. All right, see you guys.